Hello, my name is Isaac Bozeman with Skagit County Ground Search and Rescue. We're going to start a little mini-series that's going to cover each of the 10 essentials. We will cover one essential per video. We'll just do a quick in-depth, like 2 to 3 minute video discussing what that essential is, what it might look like, and a couple things to keep in mind when you are looking at purchasing that said essential. Alright, so today, since it's our first one, we are going to be covering navigation. So let's get started. So when it comes to navigation, there are typically 4 pieces of equipment people think of. There's GPS, map, compass, and your phone. We're going to go over those real quick and talk a little bit about each one. First, we have our maps. So maps are fantastic because you can look at them all day long and the battery never runs out. How cool is that? The unfortunate thing about maps that you need to keep in mind when you're looking at buying one is that you want to make sure that they're up to date for your area and that you have some sort of waterproof case or bag to store your maps in if they're not waterproof. Next piece of equipment we're going to talk about is the compass. So we're not going to talk today about how to use your compass. There are plenty of great classes out there, lots of videos you can watch. There are also lots of search and rescue teams who would love to teach you how to use a compass if you come and join them. I don't know if you're picking up what I'm laying down there. But your compass, you want to make sure it's got at least 3 things. You want to make sure it has a base plate you can see through. It has a mirror, like so. This mirror allows you to signal people, you can get your back azimuth. It also keeps you looking nice and pretty while you're on the trail, which is why I carry one. And then last but not least, you want to make sure you can set the declination on that. So declination is the difference between true north and magnetic north. Now there's a calculation you can do for that if your compass doesn't set for declination, but let's be honest, no sane person likes doing math while they're in the woods. So do yourself a favor, get yourself a compass that has that little setting for declination, like this one does, like so. Alright, next piece of equipment we're going to be talking about is your GPS, Global Positioning System. So these things are quite an investment most of the time. You can get big ones like this, little ones like so. Just do your research, figure out what works best for you and what is best for your application. If you're hunting, you might want something a little different than if you are skiing, or if you're out hiking or rafting. You're looking for different pieces of equipment that have different features. So when you're getting a GPS, there are a couple things you want to keep in mind. You want to keep in mind that if the battery runs out, you are without navigation. So you want to make sure you're bringing a spare battery. You want to test your GPS to see how long the battery does last, okay? You also want to make sure that it's waterproof or is stored in a waterproof case. That's the thing about electronic devices. You get them wet and they're no good. So just make sure you keep that in mind. Last piece of equipment we're going to talk about today is the cell phone. So the neat thing about these things is that pretty much everyone has one and they pretty much have it on them all the time. Now, there are lots of great mapping softwares that you can get for your phone. However, a couple things to keep in mind is that your phone will die, can die. It's also not waterproof. So if you are going to take this as a means of navigation, make sure you pack an extra battery for your phone and you also keep it in some sort of waterproof container. And then last but definitely not least, do not rely on your phone as your sole means of navigation. If you're going to bring your cell phone, make sure you're also bringing a GPS or a map and a compass. Or heck, why not all 4? It's just good practice to have redundancy in your navigation systems. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully that was helpful. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. And happy trails!